Good day, folks. Hank here from Natural Grandma. And I just realized, and I don't know why it took me this long, but I realized that I never updated anybody when when I had my big change there a week ago last Monday. My cranial sacral therapist come and worked on me, and she found my frontal bone. That's that forehead bone that comes off the front of her skull. She found that thing to be kind of fixed and wasn't moving, and she did manipulation on that. It caused that to move, and that reflects a lot of our all our mental thoughts, our emotions, our decision making, a lot of things like that. And so she was able to get that to move and free up, and she said, "You're going to notice a remarkable difference." And boy, howdy, I have. And so I've had a lot better times for the last 10 days and been kind of fast and going after it. And I guess I just forgot to update anybody. And one thing related to that is I lined up Greg Judy, Regenerative Rancher, to come over and video some of our cattle about a week ago. And then Greg got a hold of me and he said, "Hey, I'm gonna post them up and get those open ones at least for sale. We'll hold off on the bred ones a little bit, but let's get them open ones on the road to being sold." And when you get the results, they're all open or they're not. I mean, if one's not open, I guess she didn't sell. Is kind of the way that go. So, anyways, he got with me and we talked about doing that, and I forgot to even mention that. I don't know whether I was thinking that the sale was a week from today or what was going through my head. But I've just been very lax and I've not given anybody an update on me or to tell anybody that we have an online auction going on. It's kind of important in us being able to get our animals manageable again. And that ends at 8 p.m. tonight, Central Time. So if you haven't went to the video and looked at the heifers, and if you haven't went to greenhills.net and got Greg's email address, you probably ought to do that between now and 7:45 or so. You can bid right up to 8 o'clock, and then um, more than likely there'll be more bids come in after 8 because it's going to continue until 10 minutes after the last bid. So um, just some things that have slipped my mind, and so updating you on those. Um, Also, the bred heifers will be preg checked and probably sex the calves on this coming Friday, so that we'll have the results from that pretty soon. So then the bred heifers are probably going to go up for sale. And all you guys, if you're bidding on the open heifers, just know that by Friday night we'll know for sure. I mean, there's no doubt that all 15 of them are. There's 12 selling, but there's no doubt they're all open. We know our animals, but we just wanted that peace of mind for you to know for sure, with the documentation. So that's going to happen, and they will get their boosters and all those things, and we will be putting a double ear tag in so that if we have to do any sorting, it will be really easy to do, and no doubt which animals are yours, and right on through you coming to get them. So all of those things will be happening over the next um, just few days here. So just an update, if you haven't checked out the video, it's on Greg Judy Regenerative Rancher. From there, you'll find the link to go to greenhills.net website. And on the greenhills.net website, at the bottom of the story, you will find Greg's email address. And of course, that is how you bid. So, yeah. Important information that Papa, I said I improved my decision making and thought processes, but maybe they're still lagging just a little bit. I'm not sure. But that's some information. Seems like there's another update. We did decide on the bulls, the 14-month-old bulls, and the that can be made into steers. Greg and I talked about them and decided that, because of their really deep hair coat, they were born up by the Iowa border, so they have a really deep hair coat. He just didn't think that the majority of his customers, especially the southern ones, that they would interest him. So they're going to be marketed privately, or we very likely are going to go ahead and just make those steers, at least some of them, or bulls into steers. Can't make steers into bulls, that's a little harder. But you know what I mean. Sometimes I say things backwards. But anyways, we're going to go ahead and make them steers probably on Friday, at least some of them. And they'll be turned out. We've got some wheat pasture and some waterways, and they're going to be turned out. And in 2 months, those old animals will be 100 pounds heavier. And so I don't think we have a problem, even if we don't get them sold privately to you grass finish people who want a deep body grass finished animal. We will be able to, just take them to a local market probably and do well on them. So that's one thing. There is a really fancy bull, number 20, that's an extra off of those 6. And he is, he's from Dennis McDonald cow, a 2-frame score cow that we purchased from Dennis at a pretty good price. And she AI bred her first heat cycle to the Triton bull. And so that heifer, or that steer, will be available for sale. And we haven't exactly set his price, but as you know, he's worth about $1,300 just as a steer. So anyways, we'll have to talk about a price on him, and but it still would be a reasonable price. And if you've got, heifers you want to breed, he is half South Pole, and then out of the 56 or 58 pound birth weight Triton bull that for years out at Mush Rush, that is the only thing that they bred heifers to almost exclusively. So the calving ease is built in, the reputation is built in, and so if you have desire for a young bull to breed your cows here in December, or breed a bunch of heifers here in December, or as Greg said, if you want to breed them next July, he certainly would keep till then and make pretty good money to buy him now. Kit Farrow says that right now is the time to buy bulls. Anyways, that's why he's having a sale right now. So I wouldn't argue with Kit. He's pretty successful in our cattle world. I think you'd have to admit that. So anyways, a little close-up and personal update tonight for you on Papa Hank. And unfortunately, this camera might be just a little bit too close. You may be seeing things on Papa Hank's face that you didn't realize were there before. One thing you'll notice is natural grandma did trim my hair and trim my beard, and I'm not quite as much of the old long-haired redneck country boy as I was, but anyways, still got a little left, not as much in the front anymore. So some of you guys, I'm sure, know what I mean by that. I think they say a longer forehead is a sign of wisdom or something like that. If you think you're wiser now than you was when you was younger, put that in the comments there. Tell me. I'm not getting older, I'm getting better. So anyways, I'd like to hear from you. Reaching out to our world out there. I have not done much of that lately. Part of that had to do with, just my thought process, my thoughts, my words were not coming right. If you've seen some of those videos towards the end of when I was at the hospital and rehab, I kind of quit. It quit feeling like me. It felt like somebody else talking. And I guess, I didn't really intend to go, what, if you would like to say radio silent, but YouTube silent, whatever the word for that is. That was maybe not my intentions, but it seemed to just happen. And so I apologize for missing you guys. Shot a few videos there on Sunday, and boy, it come natural, and they felt good. Felt good to put some things out there again. I had a hard time getting them loaded. I first loaded them up to Rev Hank. So if you want to see them, the first loading, you can go over to the my YouTube channel there, the Rev Hank Reed, that channel. Some of you are subscribers there. If not, search that out, and maybe you'd enjoy that channel. That's where I put the controlled disturbance up first, always. So there's that. But if not, just consider that I just wasn't myself, and apologize. But and those other videos, I did reload them, and then I tagged them, had the names backwards on them, and had to change that. And so maybe I'm still struggling just a little bit. I don't know what you think, but sometimes, you know, the anesthesia and the controlled substances, otherwise known as narcotics, drugs that they give us in the hospital, sometimes they have lingering effects, and that's kind of what we was contributing this to. But we have pretty much decided that it was this frontal bone. She said that's something that a lot of people have that they don't realize. So if you're foggy and you've had a hard fall like I did, that was a very hard jar, and you can remember something like that, maybe you want to seek you out a massage therapist. She's a massage therapist, craniosacral therapist specialist, and she's also a Reiki master. So you might want to seek out somebody like that. I can certainly share her link. She is in Bonner Springs, Kansas, 109 miles from here. Her business name is Spa Rafa, and look that up. It has a lot of meaning to it. And Nicole is the best it's ever worked on me. I started getting CST, that's the Upledger technique where they work on the cranial nerve. And, you know, it's basically a light touch type therapy. I started having that performed on me 40 years ago. And some DOs and, you know, some relatives and some people who were pretty good at what they did. And Nicole at Spa Rafa in Bonner Spring, Kansas, is absolutely, without a doubt, the best that ever has worked on old Papa Hank. And I'll stand on that, stick to that, and you know, just that's my story, and I am sticking to it. So trying to focus on where I need to look on this camera. It's really easy to look you know, towards the button over there that you push to make it play. So I apologize if my eyes keep drifting over to the side. There's not somebody out in the side that I'm trying to catch their attention or wink at. It's just Papa has a hard time remembering where he's supposed to look. I probably need to get me one of them little stars like they give us in first grade. You remember them little bitty stars that you got on your paper? Sometimes you get 2 stars, gold stars. I believe I got some yellow ones and maybe some blue ones, and might have got a red one once or two. I don't know if there's meaning in colors or not. I wasn't ever sure about that one, but maybe you know about stars in kindergarten. So maybe you share up a story about how many stars you got when you was in that class where you learned everything you needed to know about the rest of your life, right? We learned that in kindergarten. That's another one of my stories, other than I am a kindergarten dropout, but that's a whole nother story in its own. I mean, I only went for a half a year and then dropped out. So if you want to hear that story, you'll probably have to private text me there, and maybe I'll explain that a little bit better. But it is the truth. The truth. Papa Hank only did half a year of kindergarten. So, well, that's better than no years of kindergarten, I guess. One of my friends said 3 years, the best 3 years of his life was spent in kindergarten. So surely not. I mean, surely he just made that up. Now, I know a guy for sure the best 3 years of his life was in 3rd grade, and I know that to be true. But that's some of us old redneck country boys that grew up out here in the small towns. You know, we have interesting stories. I mean, when you got a school that's only got 45 kids in it from K to 12, sometimes you don't even know if you go from one class to the other. You know, you get confused maybe and come back to school and just forgot to go to the other room, or maybe you're still in the same room, so you felt like you was still in the same class. It's just a little different out here in the northwest corner of Missouri. And if you don't think so, just come on and see. Come visit us. You might like what you see, though. I know a guy from Phoenix or Tucson, Arizona, that came to visit here, and he's kind of sorry, I think, that well, maybe not, but he wound up in the state right north of us. So I think he just liked what we had. He thought he'd get a colder version of it. I don't know for sure, but he can get back to me on that later this winter, I'm sure. So you know who I'm talking to there, sir. You know who you are. So come on and make a comment, get involved. The more you tap into our YouTube channel, the more you communicate. Also, the more you let it play. If you let it play all the way to the end, all those things add up. Comments, view time, all those things go in our score. We're looking at probably becoming whatever they call it when you plug into Facebook and get real serious, or Facebook. I ain't going to do that. But when you plug into YouTube and get more serious, we're probably pretty close to that. So if you know of a way to help us with that by increasing our views or comments, or sharing our site more, please do that. We need all the help you can get. All you Greg Judy viewers that come over from there, go back on there and maybe pop our name in the link or something. Try to get people to come to Natural Grandma. We need to have another little spurt in our numbers. So, well, it's looking like this video is turning out to be pretty long. I thought about just putting it up in the shorts. I guess that wasn't the place to try to address all of this stuff. But anyways, the main point is I am better. Praise the Lord. And we have moved on. And this is a new season and a very important night in our lives. If this goes well, I feel like that we can know for sure that God is pointing at us that direction and we're doing the right thing. So pray about it. If you got a chance to share this up with somebody you think might be interested in buying some heifers, hey, you wouldn't even have to be moved here yet. I mean, we could probably arrange taking care of these for you for just a little bit. There's lots of options. So bid away and we will work something out to make it okay. If you want to be a cow owner, they're selling in units clear all the way down to 3. So if you're interested in some cattle and you're going to move here in January or February, hey, bid away and then get privately with Papa Hank, and I'm sure we can work something out to put you in the possession of some old heifers, not show me heifers and not select heifers, but some of the best reputation heifers that can be got in the show me state or selected here. This is 3 decades of selection between my son and us. And then, they're all half sisters or 3/4 sisters. It's just a very unique set of heifers that we never intended to offer for sale, not till they were 20 years old. This is something we intended to put in our herd and keep, but because of these circumstances, we are selling the best of our best. This is not a cull. This is not a cut off of our cattle or something that we don't want. This is the cream of the crop, if you would say that. And if you don't think so, just look at the videos. And I tell you what, the video does not do them justice. When you look at them in person, you're going to say, oh my gosh, it's going to be a happy day. I can tell you that for sure. Red Angus heifers, 14 months old, in their prime. Breed them in December, breed them in June, July, whenever your preference, when you want them to calve. They can calve at 24 months, 30 months. Heck, breed them next December and let them calve as 3-year-olds. We don't care. Whatever your program is, you have the option to do that with these open ones. You get to decide. So the scorecard is open on them. You have the opportunity to do what you want. If you need them held for a little bit for you to come and get them, we can arrange that with you. We will work with you in any way we can. So please make your purchase, and then don't be afraid to call and ask for details or help. We will certainly listen to anything that you need and try to make that happen the best we can. And I know Greg would too. Greg is a great guy. We thank Greg Judy at Greg Judy Regenerative Rancher and at Green Pastures Farm.net. I believe is the website. Anyways, that's on the YouTube channel. You can find Greg, but I know Greg would do anything at all to make your purchase successful. And if you come after him, we look forward to meeting you here and let you visit Natural Grandma and see what we got. Not going to be much going on, we hope, because we just got to do a sabbatical at our home place. And we're not going away, and we're not going to change our thoughts and where we're going, but we're just going to try to take a sabbatical and maybe come back better than ever. So thank you from Papa Hank. Please remember to share this. Please remember to pound that like button, pound that like button, and try to let it play all the way through. And if you don't have time today, we'll log back in tomorrow. Just turn that thing on and let it play all the way out. That view time counts huge. So help us out all you can. And Natural Grandma is really taking a toll on her, having to do everything that's outside. So we need the heifers sold. We need the hens sold. We have a promotion going on them too, trying to reduce those hens. We've dropped the price, clearing the basements. We're asking people to come and bring a trailer and turn it into a hen mobile. We'll sell you nest boxes, feeders, whatever it takes. And we'll put you into some hens at a very, very reasonable price. So any of you guys, if you're interested in doing that, please private message me or, give me a call on my phone. It's on the website. It's not hard to find my phone number, hank@naturalgrandma.com, if you want to send me a direct email. So please help us out. Help us get through this next 2 or 3 weeks. We're hoping that before Thanksgiving, we have the animals all secure, maybe just a few of the guardian dogs left here. We're going to sell some of the guardian dogs and the guardian dog pups. And so that's all available. We have one guardian dog that we'd like to sell just as a house guardian dog. If you know somebody that lives by themselves or a family, and if you've moved out into a remote area in the country and you want your family protected even just from the predators that's in your woods, this dog would be very good for that. He has been with sheep, and he has been herd sheep, and he's been with goats. He's friendly, very docile, no danger that he'd ever be aggressive towards humans. And he is a beautiful black and white dog, Karaokean, Anatolian, Pyrenees, and just a beautiful dog. His name is Ajax. So if you're interested in more information on him, just put Ajax in the comment section, and if either share your phone number or email address or something in the comment section, and or just put Ajax in there and contact me and tell me that you did that. So Ajax needs to be relocated here in the next couple weeks too. So I guess that might be it for this day. Here at the about a little past the middle of October. And it's so good to communicate with you and see you guys again. And for once you get to see me, that don't happen very often. Usually you just have my voice. So I guess at Natural Grandma, we wish you were having this good a day. Thanks from Papa Hank.